So I just saw Minions: The Rise of Gru, and I gotta say, I've never been more disappointed in my entire life, except when my son was born, of course. But other than that, this definitely takes the cake. So if you've been living under a rock the past year, or have decided yourself to rid yourself of the toxin known as TikTok, then I'll inform you on what's been going on. So there's a big trend happening with Minions: The Rise of Gru. People dress up in suits, they get in a big group, and they all go see it like it's some big event. And some other memes as well with it. It's people, like it has a bunch of 5-star reviews on Letterboxd and all of these things. And I gotta say, I'm gonna be honest, I think it's a marketing ploy. I think it was started by Illumination itself or some other company, taken wildly by the internet, and it was a great marketing strategy. I heard they spent over $600 million on marketing in this. I don't know if that's true. Word of mouth, so probably not true. Don't listen to me. So it had a big buzz going around it, and I finally got around to seeing it because I gotta say the buzz did capture my attention. Unfortunately, the movie did not live up to the buzz. Gotta say, it was not good. And this is coming from a guy who's liked Despicable Me 1, did not very much like Despicable Me 2 very much. I don't even remember what that one was about, to be honest. I remember there were purple guys. And a guy who liked, most importantly, Minions number 1. Because I thought there were some funny parts to it. I liked Minions number 1, okay? I'll be the first to admit it. It made me laugh a few times. I didn't hate it as much of it as everyone. So I was looking forward to this for the most part. I mean, I think Illumination is one of the worst companies on planet Earth, but, you know, I guess I'll support them this time. Yeah, I was so disappointed, man. This movie sucks ass. It's not good. It's not worth anyone's time or money. It's so boring. Nothing special happens in this movie at all. It is like literally a trudge to get through. Just so bland. So the voice cast was good, and getting into specifics here, the voice cast pretty solid. Alan Arkin was in it, and he was fun. Steve Carell is always a treat in these movies. He's usually the best part of any of these movies. The other guys, the Minions, they were all the same. They don't really do much. Some other voices that are famous were in there that I forgot, but they're there. Plot makes no fucking sense. I don't care about any of it. It's stupid. It's all pandering to China. Anyways, everything panders to China these days. You can't find a movie that doesn't pander to China for at least 15 minutes. It's horrible. This movie was very egregiously pandering to China. There's a whole kung fu plot that has nothing to do with anything. They go to Chinatown. The whole like MacGuffin thing that they're trying to steal back has some ancient Chinese curse. Everything's China in this movie. This movie's like all Chinese. It's so weird. And no one has pointed that out yet. But definitely pandering to China. Definitely not fun to watch. You think Minions movies pretty fun to watch? You know, they just goof off and do bullshit. And I gotta say, it was pretty lame. Not a lot of shenanigans were going on. There's a few parts of shenanigans, but not enough shenanigans for me to enjoy this movie. But that's it. I'm not gonna spoil anything. Not that there's much to spoil, to be honest. But that's just about all I have to say for the Minions movie. Not good. Don't watch it. The hype was fake and definitely cultivated by some marketing team. So, not good. Don't watch. Thank you. 4 out of 10. We'll go 4 out of 10. The other movie I saw was Marcel the Shell with Shoes On. And I gotta say, this film is gonna be at the top of my list this year. It is so goddamn good. I loved it more than I've loved many films before. So if you don't know the background on Marcel the Shell with Shoes On, it was a viral video that came out, I don't know, like 10 years ago, 8 years ago, something like that, like a pretty long time ago. And it just features this little shell guy as he explains his day-to-day kind of activities being so small. And it's very cute. It was voiced by Jenny Slate, and it was done by the guy named Dean Flesher Camp or something like that. And after all these years, they got it greenlit to make a whole feature-length movie about it. And they got A24 to produce, which is always a dub. They turned that tiny little property of Marcel into maybe the best movie I've seen all year. This movie did something that I don't think a movie has done in a very long time, maybe ever. And that is make me tear up on 2 separate occasions from 2 different emotions. Like, that's insane. So I did tear up one time because I was laughing so hard at this one rant that Marcel goes on about peace, and it's so fucking cute and it's so funny. It's so funny. Such a great quote comes out of it too. So I got teared up there just laughing so hard. And then the next time I teared up was at towards the end, and something very sad happens, and then something very, very happy happens, and the kind of whiplash between it, the juxtaposition, and the relief that finally something had happened, just enough to like make my eyes water up slightly. You know, it was just so wholesome and so cute. This movie is an experience, and it is worth watching in theaters. It really is. You have to pay attention to this movie. I wish all movies in theaters were like this. It's just so sweet, and it's such a memorable time, and he's such a memorable character. And that's the other thing that this movie does extremely well is the characterization, specifically of Marcel, but everyone involved really. They make him so human. He's a tiny little shell with shoes on, and he has emotions. He goes through grief, he goes through hope, he goes through hardship, he goes through all of these different things throughout this 90-minute long movie, and he comes out the other side a more developed and caring person. Like he makes some brash decisions in this film where he almost becomes like, oh man, like frustrating almost, where you're like you understand where he's coming from because he cares about someone so much, but you want to see him do this other thing because you know what it can lead to. And he's so hard-nosed and he cares about this person so much that he is unwilling to change. And then things happen and he ends up changing, and it's so sweet, and it's so well done, and it's so relatable, and the sadness that he goes through is so relatable, and every emotion that he goes through is like, I've been there, you know. I don't know if this movie's technically an animated feature or not, but if it technically is considered an animated feature, then I gotta say it should be nominated for that Oscar, should win that Oscar, to be honest. Other than that, yeah, the animation in this is absolutely gorgeous. The voice acting is an absolute 10. Jenny Slate's so good at that voice for some reason. Nathan Fielder is in this for some reason at at the end in one scene, and he's hilarious. And I don't know, man. It was awesome. Go watch Marcel the Shell with Shoes on, please. Please do it. Please do it. Please do it. Go watch it in theaters. Please support this film. It's so good. Please. Thank you. That is all.